Well, Bart, there we go. There we go. The good news is they're done, and that's as good a place to start as any. Okay, Lord Marvel. Internally, it was basically perfectly fine, except for the pinion on the fourth wheel, which is what the second hand sits on. The tip was actually bent, so I had to very, very, very carefully straighten that. Because if you're not careful about that, it'll just snap, because those are not really bendable. But that was really the only thing. You sent me a lot of parts for the watch. Most of them I did not use. I did use the new mainspring, and I used the new mainspring barrel, and so that was good. So they were fine. The only other twist on that one is you sent me a new old stock crown. Actually, that's the original crown. You had sent me a new old stock crown for this watch. The only issue with it, there it is that it was, because these are original, decades and decades and decades old, the seal inside this crown was just rock hard. So it wasn't going to do you any good, and it was hard to manipulate. So I went through all of my things, and I found my stash of original stuff. That is a new old stock crown. Note, it's the same kind, but it has a good flexible seal in it. So I put this on there. I cleaned the dial as best as I could. There's some kind of a stripe of patina across here. I'm not sure what that is, but it's there to stay. So this isn't anything on the surface. This is in the clear coat that's on top of it. But all the hands are clean now. They were all hazy before, same with the markers. It's a beautiful watch. It's a really beautiful watch, and it just didn't need a whole lot. So you've got all these new old stock parts in here, which are good to hang on to. Okay. Darn it. This is your 6309. This is the aftermarket handset it came here on. Okay, these are not that. So these are the hands you didn't want on anymore. These are your original hands. These are the original hands to the watch. And you'll remember that there was black flaking and gross stuff, especially around here. This was almost completely black. There's still some hazing on the surface, but there it is. Those are the original hands. Chugging away. Oh, darn it. The watch was very good internally. It had worn lower mainspring arbor port, of course, and the upper mainspring arbor bushing was a little worn, so I had to repair that. The only other two parts that I needed, your complete stem was missing the stem rest washer, which often gets lost during services. They're easy to lose if you don't know how to deal with them. And the crystal, despite being perfect, was actually incorrect. It must have been a service crystal. It was for a 7002. You'll notice the bevel is polished, not frosted. So I swapped that out, and there we go. This appears to be glowing. I didn't do anything to this, and it's original. That's original Seiko loom. Trust me, it is. But it's glowing. I don't know why, but it is. I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I hope you are too. Anyway, that's it. They're ready to come back to you, and that's about it. Doing these hands was very interesting. I have a pretty weird technique that I came up with to deal with these, but it looks great. I mean, that's literally the original hands, and the original loom. But that doesn't tell the whole story of my secret wonder. Okay, thank you so much, Bart.